Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like 8 o'clock. And it's actually pre-rum o'clock this time. I wanted to have I wanted to have a sober understanding of the next team we're doing for the trade deadline, Extravaganza. And also, I was spending a lot of time this morning getting well lubed because it's Jaime's Body Lube. That's the best. There, I said it. Make sure you're subscribing to my channel so you can receive your vat of Jaime's Body Lube helicoptered to your door. Who doesn't want that? And my NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace, of course, because everybody loves a pearl necklace. Anyways, we're doing the trade extravaganza, I'm calling it. I love that word, extravaganza. And I just did the Boston Bruins. I'm taking teams that seem to be like in the news right now, like in the rumor mill, and we're gonna go down the exciting teams right now as they go into the trade deadline. We're going to the New York Rangers, the dirty, dirty rags, who have been talking about shipping everybody out, and I'm not quite sure that they're gonna ship everybody out. They are definitely going to do. They've been doing a bit of a rebuild. They've been slowly bringing young players in. Uh, for them to rebuild now, I guess it's not. They're already halfway there. I mean, you've got J.T. Miller, who's only 24. Kevin Hayes is only 25. Jimmy Vesey 24. I mean, they've had the advantage of being the New York Rangers, so they can grab these kids out of college. And everybody wants to go play with the Rangers because it's New York. If you make it there, I don't know if that's it, but they take care of their players really well. That's one of the things, and you can live in relative anonymity in New York, and still be a popular person at the same time. It's an excellent combination for a lot of a lot of players feel. I think that's what it is. And it's New York, so it's like the culture central of the United States. So it's an exciting place to live. Um, but Brady Shea is only 23, but they do need help on defense for sure. Brady Shea and Anthony D'Angelo and maybe Ryan Sproul are what you're going to build your team around. I doubt it. So, anyways, the talk here is that Rick Nash is pretty much on the way out, and that's probably true. What do you get for Rick Nash? I think you're going to get a first and a draft pick for him from the right team for sure. I don't know. He was talking a little more than that, and I've been hearing some crazy stuff, but I can't see you getting much more than a first and a draft. If he gets more than that, if Gordon gets more than that, kudos to him. Not that Rick Nash is bad. He's a great two-way player, but his offense has fallen off the last couple of years, especially this year. And I just don't think you should be paying that much for a guy you don't know you're going to sign, of course. But they're last in the Metropolitan right now. I don't think they really have that bad of a team. However, I did pick them to miss the playoffs this year. But they don't really have that bad of a team. So I don't think you have to tear it all down. Matt Zuccarello is going to be the interesting one. He's signed till 2019. I have a feeling at 35, 30, they're going to probably let him go. I don't know if it's going to be at the trade deadline, maybe in the summer, but he's probably gone along the way here. And for Zuccarello, with 2 years left, you can easily get probably a young defenseman and a first round pick. So they're going to have a whole lot of first round draft picks and stuff like that going into next year. And you got to remember, the New York Rangers can fill up their roster with free agents and barely even notice that they're rebuilding. Though they can still be on the playoff bubble and call that a rebuild. Michael Grabner will probably net you. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I mean, what a freak of nature this guy is. He's got he gets like 28 goals and 5 assists. If you ever watch him play, he's you would call him people would call him selfish, but he doesn't know. He doesn't have the skill. He knows his skill set. His skill set is speeding and shooting, or speeding. His skill set is speeding. He's a speedy skater and he can shoot. So he takes it. He takes his the best skills that he has, and he uses it to the best advantage. Not to mention he's a very good penalty killer. Um, there's so many teams that could use a guy like that. I could see the Washington Capitals trying to grab him for the playoff run, and I don't think that the Rangers would mind trading him in the East if he could get the right thing. The thing about Washington is I don't think they want to give up their first round pick, but they might have to. Maybe Verana, guys that haven't been working out there. It'd be an interesting place for him to go for sure. But just imagine him and Ovechkin on the same line, like with Backstrom passing the puck back and forth. Like that would be something to watch. Um, what else do we have? David Desjardins, he'll be gone for a pick, for sure. And then there's the McDonough. McDonough, boys and girls. And I talked about that yesterday with the Boston Bruins. Now, if I have a feeling that he's more of a summer trade than than at the trade deadline here. But if they get the right price, and the right price is going to be very high because he's booked till 2009. He's not a free agent till after next year. So you're going to get a chance at this year's playoffs and next year's playoffs. So it's possible he could go, but let's say you trade him to a team like the Boston Bruins. You got to be looking at getting back like a Carlo, the first round pick. Like I'm serious, really good players. And a lot of people say, well, that's too much to give for a guy who's only signed for 2 more years. The playoffs are what it's all about. Boston Bruins get McDonough, and they are a contender right now. Actually, they're already kind of a contender now. You can put them up there with the Tampa Bay Lightning in the East, probably as the favorites to make it out of the East. And that's why you can't play this game, is to get to that position. So I could see it happening for sure. Minnesota Wild would be into it. The Toronto Maple Leafs maybe, but more likely waiting for him to be a free agent. In the West, I mean, you could just go down the list. Any team that's in there to be a contender, the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, on and on. Everybody would love a guy like McDonough. So his price is going to be very, very high. And let me say that Gordon has did a heck of a job of setting himself up for this, where he's basically not going to have much of a dip, but he's got tons of players to get more players with. He's done a fantastic job. He's a really good general manager by the looks of it. You got Kevin Shattenkirk, who signed up. He's not going anywhere. That was I think that's pretty much no trade all the way through. He wanted to go there, took a pay cut to get there by a significant amount. Probably could have got $1 million a year more on the open market, if not more. He's not going anywhere. Mark Stahl, if anybody will take him, but he's making like 5.7, and probably should only be playing in your 5-6. Doubtful he's going anywhere. Chris Kreider is interesting. He's injured right now, so he's probably not going anywhere. He's signed to 2020. He's only 26 years old, but he always leaves you wanting. I think in the summer, that's another guy you could see going. So you're going to see a whole different package next year with the New York Rangers. But it's going to be interesting to see. And if I'm a New York Rangers fan, I wouldn't be getting too excited about it because Gordon's doing a hell of a job. Anyways, that's my full 42, boys and girls. Hope that helps you with your trade speculations and all other things that get your juices flowing around this time of year. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, boys and girls. Get yourself a vat of Jaime's Body Lube, and have a great day. Lots of love to you.